Hello! Good evening, mompreneurs. Welcome to the third session of Night School. I hope everyone is doing well and healthy wherever you are. I know all of us here are doing our best to protect our family's health at this moment. Thank you so much for making time to be with us today. I'm loving the spirit for mompreneurs here. Before we start, let us know where you are by tagging your business at the comment section. I really encourage you to stay on for the whole session. There's actually a live Q&A session at the end. So if you have other questions that is not covered in the topic, or if there is any questions that you want to ask me and also my co-host later on, feel free to leave a comment and we'll try to answer them at the end. The topic for today's session is Messenger for busy mompreneurs. We know Messenger itself has been a huge part in our lives. I'm myself guilty of it. I use Messenger every day to connect with my loved ones, to connect with my family and friends. But the functionality actually doesn't stop there because Messenger itself has a lot of other functionality which helps many people to run and manage businesses. Let me introduce myself. My name is Vina Rosta from Facebook, dialing in from Singapore. I'm myself a first-time mother of a one-year-old boy, so I'm still learning how to juggle and how to adapt in my new role as a working mom. I have only respect for each of one of you, mothers and also mompreneurs, including my inspiring co-host for today's session. Leslie, who built Ceres garden from her passion in gardening, with resiliency and many other things in between, she successfully turned her passion into business despite the challenges of juggling family and business. So I'm gonna pause here and let Leslie to introduce herself and Sarah's garden.
Hello, Vina, and good evening to all mompreneurs, especially in the Philippines and, of course, worldwide, who are joining with us tonight in a very special topic for Run by Mom's Night School. My name is Leslie May Canilaw. I am the founder of Ceres Garden from Cagayan City in the province of Zamboanga del Sur, Philippines. I'm also a mother, but I have three children. They are ages 12, 6, and 2. I have one son and two daughters. I'm very passionate about gardening. I always attend to my plants to relieve stress. I find satisfaction every time I am able to educate others about the advantages of having an organic garden. And gardening has a lot of benefits in me, which in turn, I also love to share the same experience to my family, friends, and customers. And as we go on with our discussion, I would like to say that I'm truly honored to give inspiration to other mompreneurs with this initiative.
Wow, it was so good, Leslie, to be able to see a snapshot of your life. You are definitely a more experienced mother than I am. My kid is just one, and I can't imagine how you manage with three. So your life is
Yeah,
pretty much a melting pot, right? Of your family, your children, your business, and definitely your plants. So tell us
exactly.
what it's like to juggle family, to juggle home and your business at the same time.
As other career moms would know, the pandemic has forced us into work-life integration. So managing the kids, taking care of the family, and juggling the responsibilities at home while running my gardening business and facing some tight deadlines put a lot of pressure on me as a working mom. But I am very grateful, Vina, that I have a supportive family. Despite all the hardships and challenges of being a mompreneur, I can always lean on a great support from my family, friends, and to be able to achieve my personal and business goals.
Oh, I'm looking at the picture. It's all so cute.
Yeah, those are the pictures from our small farm, and with usually I we visited together with my children so that they can also see what we're doing. And when we expose our children to what we are doing, most likely they will follow us.
Wow, thank you so much. That's a tip for me as a first-time mother. So if I want my kid to love something, I need to bring them and involve them in it also.
Yes, Vina, that would be great if you let them be involved on your activities. Yeah. Okay.
Leslie, when did you start Sarah's Garden? How long has it been established?
Okay, so Ceres Garden is a gardening home-based business. I established it 6 years ago. I decided to go online on August 2014 to widen our target market and serve nationwide customers, not only here in Mindanao. So my husband and I have a small mango farm, and we're very inspired to collect and propagate plants or trees not native to Philippine soil. So some of the plants we collected and we are able to sell are mulberries, figs, strawberries, pomegranates, apples, blueberries, and a lot more. So we maintain the superior type of fruit trees with all the desirable characters, mainly for the purpose of propagation for our plant nursery. So our farm is actually created basically for fruit production. So it was established as a long-term investment and was carefully planned to ensure maximum production. So to enable this, we make sure that we choose the best suited plant varieties and carefully choose the location or planting site to produce the best quality of fruits. So today, we also build the farm for agritourism purposes to connect people back to nature and inspire them to grow their own fruits like berries, cherries, and figs on their home or backyard.
Wow, I can see from the fruits of your plants, you are raising them with so much love, Leslie. And this
Yes,
is
and with
why
so much
it's
effort.
really I can see your effort and your love definitely pouring into taking care of your plants. So now it's really, really important, right, for businesses to start with passion. And then you started everything from plantita and then now a businesswoman, a mompreneur to inspire everyone here. I'm super thankful to have you here, Leslie, with us. And you also told me that you're an avid user of Facebook Messenger, our topic for today's night school. Can you tell us how you get it started 6 years ago when Sarah's Garden just started?
Right, Vina. I have been using Facebook for the last 6 years. Facebook Messenger for the last 6 years. Using the Messenger platform is the easiest way to communicate with my family, friends, and customers on closing a deal or offers and connecting with them as well as answering all their inquiries. So, Vina, before Messenger, I always connect with my customers via text messaging. But because it incurs a cost, I switched to Messenger, which is free. It also allows me to have better communication with my customers, which I really admire about the platform.
Wow. 6 years ago. So pretty much when Sarah's Garden started, you used Messenger immediately to help you manage and also grow your business.
Yes, Vina.
Okay, so
Actually, mhm.
go back to 6 years
Okay, go
ago,
ahead.
Leslie.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
How did you find Messenger? Was it easy to set up? Just be honest. Okay, now you're a master of using Messenger for business. But go back 6 years ago when you see this platform and try to use it for business for the first time. How did you find your experience? How easy was it?
Yes, at first, I find it hard or difficult to set it up, but later on, I found out some tutorials and there are friendly, helpful tips on how to use Messenger. And I really did it all by myself. So I'm fully managing my Messenger so that I can personally attend to all business inquiries and customers' concerns. I usually just spend around 3 to 4 hours a day answering inquiries and sending out messages to our customers.
So after using Messenger and then now you are able to set it up properly, how has Messenger helped Sarah's Garden as a business? And what kind of feature have you used so far?
Well, everybody knows that the Messenger platform is user friendly, and I did it set it up in a very short time throughout my gadgets. So by reading and watching available tutorials on how to use it, I was able to fully utilize the potential in using Messenger as one of our most effective digital tools in communicating towards my customers. So I also did set up automated responses for frequently asked questions so that my customers will be attended immediately with their inquiries or concerns. So in order for me to effectively utilize the Messenger platform, I always use it regularly so that I will feel at ease in navigating the whole platform. So as a mom, Messenger really helps me to have more time with my kids and my partner as well because lesser time will be spent answering customer inquiries due to automated replies. And as a mom, I also have a lot of time for myself for other activities to maintain good physical and mental health.
So, Leslie, you mentioned about automatic replies, right? And also some templated answers. What are the top questions that people always ask your business whenever the first time they chat you?
Okay, so the first time they talk or they message me, they actually ask this question: How much are your products or services? So those automated questions pop up under Messenger, and there's already an automated reply to it. So that would be very convenient as a mompreneur because whenever we are offline, there's somebody or there's a message that is automatically sent to our customers in order for them to know about the business.
So you might be resting, but actually the messenger automatically respond to the inquiries because you
Exactly.
already
Yes.
know the first question, basically, right? That is, I think, a good tip
Mm-hmm.
for mompreneurs to take a note, the automatic replies.
Yes, Vina, and they have to really put all the top questions, or they have to really put all those automated replies with all the important details, so that the customer can already purchase the product they want or can really avail the services that you offer.
Wow, that's a really, really good tip. Have you also run ads on Messenger, Leslie?
Actually, Vina, I have been running the Messenger ads for quite some time right now. And I did
Hmm.
use the Messenger objective on Ads Manager to run ads that drive inquiries from customers. And I believe that running Messenger ads helped me drive more sales and attract more local customers, especially during the pandemic.
Okay. So you are also using ads to drive even more inquiries to your business. Wow, that's very interesting.
Yes.
Do you
Mm-hmm.
see do you see increases, like what kind of significant increases that you experience after running ads on Facebook?
Yes, honestly, Vina, I've seen an increase of customers of about 20% by using Messenger. And up until now, I am still running ads on Messenger to drive more inquiries to our business. So when I created the Messenger ads, I always make sure I have the right audience. With that, I was able to reach the right target customers that will purchase or follow my business page.
Look, Leslie, now you've used Messenger to manage your business, to run your business. Now you are a marketing master. You can run ads and then try to get more inquiries, try to get more people to know and hear about Ceres Garden. That's amazing. And then you are only one person running it all. And you're a mother of three as well. Wow. I really don't know how you manage it.
It's really hard, but I have to do it.
Super mama over there. When you are speaking to your customer, right? There's definitely good days and bad days. What are actually the nicest thing that you've heard from your customers?
Okay, so there was a time our customer was so amazed by how fast our replies were when it was already very late and thought that we were working 24 hours a day. So the messenger helped me to create a list of prospective buyers even if I'm already offline. So since it is fully automated with questions and we're able to filter all those leads, and those leads we make them qualified leads. And Messenger as well provided me a lot of convenience in terms of communicating with my customer because it is 100% free and can be easily done by using our own mobile phone anywhere and anytime. And the good thing is I can also make phone calls to my customers without having their phone number. And with Facebook Messenger, I can conveniently send photos or files to my customers as much as I want, and my customers can do the same. The messaging automation is really great for busy mompreneurs like me with a lot of stuff going on every day. I can now focus on other important responsibilities as a mother and an entrepreneur.
Thank you so much, and it's very humbled to hear that Messenger can actually help you, and I believe many mompreneurs out there as well, to be able to achieve their professional goal as well, their business goal. Even though at home we have so much responsibilities already, and then with this tool that is available, it might be very simple, right? But it helps so many people, and I'm actually very, very humbled to hear your experience on that. So Leslie, we know how COVID impacted everyone around the world, especially in the Philippines. So now it's really a tough period, right? Philippines has been in the lockdown for the longest time. How did it actually impact your business?
Actually, Vina, we are not exempted with it. I think everybody is affected with the pandemic. So it's very unfortunate to see the negative impact of the pandemic on our economy, especially the business closures. However, there are also some inspiring stories of people who started their business during the pandemic. So in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic, we are also much very affected with the series of lockdowns implemented by our national government. Our logistics operations have been paralyzed due to delays in deliveries that sometimes leads to customer complaints and customer refunds. But despite all the challenges we have encountered, we are forced to explore innovative solutions to address the current issues that we are facing. So I actually learned some important lessons during the pandemic as a mompreneur. And these are the following. One is flexibility. So we should be ready to adapt to sudden changes that we may encounter. So we are actually not expecting pandemic to happen. So whenever we have business decisions, we have to be very flexible. Second is creativity. Every business needs to get creative in finding out solutions to solve customer problems. So as a mompreneur, the pandemic has given me an innovative, forward-thinking mindset, which gives me more chance to shine and flex my capabilities as an entrepreneur. Next is empathy. It's how you understand the issues and responding it with empathy. This have helped me to retain customers throughout the pandemic. And we have also good communication. So it's being transparent towards our customers regarding changes in operation hours and letting them know our current protocols in the business, which keep everybody safe and creates trust in the community.
Wow, I think empathy is really important because it's not only the businesses that is suffering, right? Our customer is also impacted by the situation. So it's really good that transparency and then communication can help you going through this difficult time together. Also, definitely with your customer. So what are the two tips that you can give to other aspiring mompreneurs or for the current mompreneurs?
Okay, so Vina, I have to give more than two tips for now because there's a lot of things to say, and these are very important for me as a mompreneur. So my advice to other aspiring mompreneurs who are already using Facebook or Facebook Messenger, you need to study the full potential and use the full potential of the platform to innovate and adapt to the new way of marketing. Don't hesitate to pay for an ad. because I actually have a good experience in running an ads for my business. Because when you do this or when you pay for an ad, you can measure the effectiveness of the platform. And another thing is start a business that really matters to you. Every hour you spend on your business is an hour you don't spend with your family. So if you don't absolutely love your business mission, you will start to resent your business when your days are long and hard. Next is don't be afraid. When I started this journey, I was very terrified of disappointing myself and others if I failed. The biggest struggle towards my success was believing in myself. You will fail, you will fail or succeed on your own terms, both as a mother and an entrepreneur. So you have to have the drive, the vision, the aptitude, and the ability. None of these things will matter if you don't believe them of yourself. So mothers, please know when to unplug the clock. Being an entrepreneur is a full-time job. Being a mother is a full-time job. And being a mompreneur is the most rewarding thing in the world.
Wow, Leslie, is a really, really good tip. Not only for mompreneurs, but also for a working mom like me. Do things that you really, really care about and then invest yourself in it because really that's fulfilling, right? And I can see how fulfilled your life is right now, even though, as you told me, it's really, really difficult. Thank you so much, Leslie, for sharing that. That was really, really inspiring. And everything you've said exactly what we at Facebook tell businesses to do to use the full potential of the tool that we have for free. And I like to share a few more tips from Facebook to help everyone in this session understand the Messenger functionality even better. Leslie is staying with us until the end of session to answer some of your Q&As. Okay, so today is entrepreneurs connect with using tips from me. There are basically two agendas. Number one is on the overview of Facebook messaging solutions. The second one is how do we measure the effectiveness of our business using Messenger reporting and also insights. The question is, why is Facebook Messenger so powerful for business? We know everybody is using Messenger, but why is it super powerful for business? Because 2 in 3 people say they are more likely to buy from a business they can message. And because of this fact and because of this data, it is very clear that messaging can be a really, really powerful business tool. That's why it becomes a new normal for businesses to have their storefront in Messenger as well. We know many businesses are being present online through websites, for example, or even marketplaces. But these days, many businesses are also being present on Messenger storefront because of the trend, right? And then some of us might hear this term for the first time. It's called conversational commerce. Conversational commerce is a trend that is really prominent in the Philippines and in Southeast Asia in general. It is actually where people and businesses connect using Messenger to drive purchase, to drive transactions, because Messenger offers the best of both worlds. The intimacy of physical retail experience where customers can ask more about a product, they can know more about the product, but also at the same time, they get the convenience of online shopping, which is very, very helpful in the midst of pandemic at this point in time, because it's just really difficult for us to go out and then buy the things that we need. Let's see how Facebook can help business to manage business. What are the tools for business? First things, they're asking, how do I set it? By having a Facebook page, you're already on Messenger. So if you haven't set up a Facebook page for your business, please do so. It is super easy to set up. And then by having this up, you are basically already on Messenger. And Messenger makes it really easy for us to be responsive to our customer, whether you want to manually manage your conversation or even to use some of the features that Leslie already mentioned as well. You really have a lot of flexibility depending on how much you want to invest in this space. There are two routes that you can take whenever it comes to answering customer inquiries or messages. If you are not receiving a high volume of inquiries yet and still can basically handle manually the messages that comes via Facebook page or Messenger, we recommend to use self-serve tool through Facebook page to manage the conversations. The advantage is that you can customize every single response that you are giving to your customers. But the downside here is really scalability. The features that we are offering through Facebook page are mainly three things. Number one is the reactive manual reply. So whenever someone messages you, then you can reply the message. Away messages, and also proactive instant replies. I will get deeper into this later on. As your business grows and the messages that you receive just increase and it is not able to be handled manually anymore, then scaling the ability of your business to respond will become more and more important. And this is where automation comes into the picture. To scale the messaging effort, we also offers things like API integration, for example, so that you can build an experience and more automated experience on messaging platform. But today, we really want to be focusing on the self-service options. Let's walk through a few automated messaging features that is native to Messenger, meaning you can utilize it right now. The first one is away messages. So here, we can send automatic messages to let people who message your page when your page messaging status is away. So whenever you're away and you set this on, we are able to let people know when they can expect a response or where to find other information while we are away. The second one is instant replies. This is something that Leslie mentioned earlier. So these messages are sent automatically to people who message the page for the first time. And this is really helpful to, for example, respond to customers who message you after business hours and want people to know that you've received their message even though you can't reply right away. And the third one is greeting. This is a customized note that will appear when someone starts a new message with you, but before they actually, it can be a great way to greet people and set a friend. They feel well. So this is the example set it up. So instant advice is sent out to people who manage the page for the first time. So the way for us to set up is very easy. Go to your Facebook page and then you'll be able to see inbox over there. There's a tab called inbox. Just click on it and then you'll be able to select instant reply. You can toggle it on. And once you toggle it on, you'll be able to customize the message by typing the text of the instant replies. So this is one of the most used features for businesses that you can leverage right now in Messenger. And if you want to set your status to away and also set an away message, the tab is still the same. It's still within inbox. And then you can set your time away. You can set it on, toggle it on, the away message, then select the day or the time that you want your page status to change to away. And then after that, you're also able to customize the message. And even, right, with Facebook Messenger, and some customer. So if you tap over here, the system will be able to add the name customer into your custom messages. So it's as if you're the one who's responding this message manually, and this is really, really good. To help you provide more personalized service, because our customers definitely wants us to treat them personally, you can see basic information about the people you are interacting with on Facebook. So simply tap the person's name to see their publicly available profile and their previous interaction with your business. So you can use that knowledge to continue the conversation and then to personalize your conversation with them. Let me also share best practices for responding to messages. So this is probably where you want to take note. So there are 5 of them. The first thing, you need to be responsive. Businesses needs to be responsive. And if 90% of your messages are being responded within 15 minutes, you'll earn a very responsive to message badge on Facebook page, which appears prominently on your page near the About section. While we don't expect every business to meet this threshold, but we really recommend to be as responsive as possible to your customer. Second one is to monitor trends. Leslie mentioned this earlier. She knows exactly what is the first question and most common questions that customer might ask your business. And then if you know a certain questions are being asked multiple times, like for example, what is the price of your product? How long is the shipping? Is there any return policy? Things like that. Anytime you notice a trend in question, it might be a good time to consider safe replies. And you can save safe replies in the same tab, which is inbox within your page. And then it should help you to respond quickly to a high volume of messages asking similar questions, because nobody ever tell me, Vina, I'm enjoying answering the same question over and over again 20 times or 50 times in a day, right? So do yourself a favor, monitor the trends, and then do safe replies. The third thing is you need to be able to set expectation with your customer. So some people may message your business expecting to get responses right away, even though it's in the middle of the night. And we know we are not able to or want to do that. So this is where greetings can be a good alternative to instant reply. For example, if you have a bakery, you can include your greeting that you prefer to deal with all the custom orders via phone instead of online. So this helps to set expectations before your customer even send their first messages, so they know what to do next. Next thing, note how to answer sensitive questions. So the generic questions that you think might be asked and also good for a lot of customers to know, feel free to post the answers through comments on page, which is publicly available. But whenever it is a question that is sensitive, for example, billing information, sensitive customer inquiries that involves address or order status, you might really wanna reply that privately, and then you can use the message feature, which you can click underneath the questions that you want to respond to. The last thing, write the way you speak. So messaging is a one-on-one communication tool, so it is a direct and personal channel. So we really want to keep a friendly and respectful tone whenever we are using Messenger to text our customers, as if they are in-person conversation or even a phone call. Then I would like to also share the best practices when it comes to using Messenger. The first one, set a welcome greeting. You can set a customized greeting that appears when someone begins a conversation with you and your page for the first time. And then set expectations with instant replies. The third one, use away message if you can't be there. So your customer knows when to expect or where to find the answer to their inquiries. The next one, send the right message to each customer. Whenever it's a sensitive questions, you can use the message feature. Whenever it's a generic questions, then you can reply it publicly. And the last one, save your time with safe replies, okay? Now you know from Leslie's experience, she might be resting or spending time with her family, but her business is going on because customer inquiries doesn't stop. So use this feature that is free and available to help save time. And this is some of us know this, the input source of customers are Messenger. It can be your Facebook page, section. It can be Instagram direct message. It can be Instagram comments section also. And actually, businesses are able to manage all of the communication across Facebook family of apps, including Messenger, Facebook, and also Instagram, in just one inbox. So it's all available here in page inbox. Whenever you see all the messages here, this is a collection of all the inquiries that comes through your Facebook, your Instagram business, or even your Messenger, to make sure that we are not missing out on any or even important inquiries from our customers. And Facebook, as an open platform, we do have messaging policy. So businesses have 24 hours to respond to message initiated by a person in Facebook. There is no limit to the number of messages businesses can send within this 24 hours. Outside this window, businesses are able to send one message. That's why being responsive to our customer is really, really important, because we have this time frame and also policy on messaging. Okay, Leslie is now also a marketing master, because now she's using ads to amplify her business to make sure that she's reaching the highest potential that she can reach with Ceres Garden. Here is an example for an ad. So ads that click to Messenger. As you can see here, the learn more call to action button in this ad allows potential customer to message a business straight away, and then ask for any inquiries. This is how you create an ad. So go to facebook.com/business/ads, and you'll be prompted to create an ad account. So for all businesses that has a page, needs to create an ad account before you can run ad. And once you do that, then you can start creating your campaign through this link. There are objective options. So whenever you get your ads message time through this link, is what you, and for messaging or click to messages, message objective or objective. So there are two options. And then after you click messages as an objective, for example, there are two options of the optimization. Let's say Leslie wants people to send more inquiries to the business. So she actually choose click to Messenger as the destination of her ad. So whenever people click on the call to action button, then they will be prompted to start a conversation with Ceres Garden. And whenever you create an ad, you can create a custom experience for your customer as well. People see in Messenger after they click your ad. So there are a few routes for this feature as well. This is your ad, also to set your welcome messages. So select the ad format, your ad you would for a standard ad, then click on Messenger Setup. Then the content in this section will be seen by people in Messenger after they click your ad. So they click your ad, they're gonna be prompted to the Messenger to start a conversation with you, and you can set up what you want them to see and experience. There are two options, standard template and also custom template. For a standard template, default template refill based on the practices that Facebook know. And then you can review it and then publish it immediately. But if you want your customer to experience custom template, then you can also do that by editing and also by selecting images, videos, buttons, so on and so forth. Then you'll be able to see it more clearly here. So the standard, and there's a custom tag over here that you can choose. And this is the standard templates. And then this is the custom welcome. So the custom welcome can go as far as adding videos or adding photos, adding button shop now, learn more, for example. It's really up to you. There is a lot of options that you can explore in Ads Manager in order to make your customer feel welcome and then feel familiar with the identity of your business. And here you can add text and personalize as well as the media for your welcome message. You can also add additional customer actions and automated messages, for example, like the frequently asked questions, buttons, or even quick replies. So that's how customizable it is. Before you activate a messenger ad campaign, you can actually preview it first. So you'll be able to see how it looks like from user's perspective. So there is a button at the bottom saying preview in Messenger app, and you'll be able to click on it. This will push the initial message to your Messenger, and you can preview it just like your customer would see it. There are a few best practices in running click-to-messenger ads. The first one, be responsive. Make sure you set up an away message or instant reply to set a realistic expectation on when you're going to respond and things like that. The second is test and optimize. So whenever it comes with Facebook ads or click-to-messenger ads, we can do a lot of testing and optimizing because there is no one-size-fits-all. So for example, you can adjust creative, you can try to use one creative this week and then a different creative next week, or you can set up 2 or 3 creative and you see which one actually gives or resulted in more inquiries, and then find the best combinations. And feature that you can use within Messenger already available. Now explore reporting sites for your ad. This is how we learn for success. This is an insight page that is available in your Facebook page. So you'll be able to find it through the Insight tab within your Facebook page. And then there are a few options available in measuring the performance of your page. For example, page insight, rating, reviews, things like that. For messaging conversation, there are majority of them, this is the way we measure it. New means we know how many people are initiating conversation with your business. From here, we know our customer acquisition and how good it is. Because as a business, we really and always want to find new customers for the business, and then before we can push for retention, for example. The second is page view. See how many times your page has been viewed. So imagine your page as your storefront, and then by counting page view, are the traffic of people that comes and sees your store. Second is engagement. Determine how people are engaging with your business on Facebook Messenger. And then the second thing is blocked. Understand how your messages might be negatively affecting people. So by having these numbers available on Insight, we would know exactly things like, for example, what we can improve in order to reduce the block rate, things like that. So by having all of these numbers, we hope that businesses can improve their business over time and also can measure the success of their messaging effort. And there are 5 key takeaways for the Messenger for Business. The first thing is engage your customer with Facebook Messenger, because now we know that Messenger is very easy to use and it's helpful for businesses, and everybody in the Philippines are using Messenger. So definitely we want to put our store up there. Second one, set expectation with your customer, because this is so important. We do not want our customer to disappoint. They are not receiving anything from us. So session with your customers by using all automated features that Facebook already built for you, from instant replies, from automatic replies, from greeting. And the third one, it needs to be easy for the customer to reach you. So use, for example, if you have a website, then you can use plugins. If you have a Facebook page, use a call to action. So it's so easy for people to reach out to you whenever they have inquiries. Whenever you are ready for your business to scale up, you can amplify your efforts via ads. And don't forget, measurement is really important. So measure engagement and also the ad performance to make sure that what we are doing is going to the right direction. So those are the tips that I can share with you today. And I hope that was useful for moms here. And really after this session, you are able to explore and try to find the features that Leslie and I have shared with you. Now it's time for a Q&A session. And I think, yeah, Leslie is back. So we have some
Hi,
questions
Vina.
that came from some of moms here. Okay, the first question. Do you think it is necessary to hire a dedicated person to reply to the messages? I think this question is for you, Leslie.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. So I think if you are able to compensate and train someone to do it for you, then go ahead. Even if we have someone who can manage our messenger, please do remember to always find time to interact or build a connection to your customers in such a way that you can also dive deeper into the different audience groups that you likely are already aware of through your store data in a way that gives you more insight into how they feel about your store and products.
Wow, that's really, really good. Wow, thank you so much for that, Leslie. We have more questions. Okay, is it better to sound professional or casual when you are chatting with customers? What do you think, Leslie, about this one?
Okay, so I think the way I talk to my customers has a really big impact on our brand, and nothing delivers customer satisfaction quite like consistently delightful communication. So always talk their talk. Mirroring your customer's tone lets them know you're on their side, and also adjust based on the tone of the customer's messages. um, in our in our business, we always use positive language that keeps the conversation moving forward and prevents accidental conflicts due to miscommunication. And this positive language, Vina, also keeps the door open for future interactions, and the customer won't feel as though it was a waste of time to get in touch.
Because the way you talk actually mirror the personality of your business as well. So it really depends, right? Like for your business, it's all about plans, and maybe for some other business that is very highly professional, like services, for example, then maybe a different strategy on languages can be used as well. What do you think about that, Leslie?
You're right, Vina. That's absolutely right.
Okay, move on to my next question. Oh, we have questions out of questions. Okay, I new in using it for my business. Are there any newbie mistakes I should avoid?
Okay, based on my experience, I always avoid sending long messages to my customers. Always remember that messenger marketing is chat based. So most people have shorter attention spans now more than ever. People lose interest after a mere 8 seconds. So while other platforms are still suited for long form content, this isn't the case for Facebook Messenger. And for me, the best way to grab your customers' attention is to maintain a conversational tone that is aligned with your company's brand. Keep your messages concise, casual, and straight to the point. So a good rule of thumb is to avoid sending messages that are longer than 3 sentences.
That is very practical. That is super practical. I think mompreneurs might want to take note on that. 3 sentence maximum.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. They have to take note of that.
Okay, we still have a lot of questions, Leslie. Okay. So from Rosemary, She asked, can I set up the automated responses through Facebook mobile app or just through laptop or desktop? Okay, so maybe I can answer this and Leslie can confirm as well. You can do it both. You can do it on mobile, you can do it on desktop as well, because Messenger by right is a mobile first platform. So you can find this feature whenever you visited your Facebook app, and then you can go to your page, and then you can set it up through the inbox tab also. The next question is from Cosette. What are some questions I should ask my customer? Okay, Leslie, this is for you.
Okay, so if you will have to set up your automated questions, I usually have this first the greeting, and then I set up the questions like how much are your products or services, where is your location, because we are shipping plans nationwide, so it's very important that we know the location of our customer. And lastly is some questions are you shipping or do you do shipping of plans or products? So those are some of the few questions that we have in our messenger. And also you can actually customize it, like if you're able to change or adjust the questions depending on what are your services. If there are new services, if there are new products, then you can just add more questions. Sometimes I do that, like I have to tweak some questions in order to be able to get updated since we are on pandemic. So sometimes I add some questions like, oh, we are closed during this time, please come back, or we will answer your questions as long as we are online.
Okay. Oh, I have another question. I think this is very good and everybody wants to know this, Leslie. When someone messages you, what are the tips to close the sales or to encourage purchases as much as possible? So it's not only one purchase, Leslie, as much as possible, rather than just having conversations that come and go.
Okay, so I have already learned this technique, no, from my previous company. So we have this SALES technique. So you start the conversation, you ask questions. Next is you lay out options for the customers, and then you encourage them to purchase additional items, and then uh, strengthen the relationship with your customer. So in that way, you are able to have that good steps in order to move forward in closing a deal, or in order to close an offer, or in order to have a sale or income out of that conversation. And I usually do casual conversation with my customer. So if I sounded more casual, they are more engaged, they are more responsive to me, and that really helps me in my business.
Mm, that is a good tip. That is a really good tip. There's a proper framework for that. This is the first time I actually learned about this. And I think based on my experience also to maybe help address these questions, right? From my experiences helping businesses as well in using and utilizing Messenger, to encourage purchase is something that we really, that is an art and also a science at the same time. So it's a combination, right? So the more we are speaking to our customers, the more we know our customer demography, for example, the more we understand who our buyers are, and then what our product and what our target market is, then that is where we are able to convert more sales. Because by doing that, by knowing more about our customers and then see the match to our product, we are able to deliver a better, how do you call it? It's like the better experience. Like for example, if we are selling one product and then we know our customers are mostly 25 to 45 years old, for example, then we might don't want to, show up as if we are an 18-year-old speaking on Messenger, right? We want to be a bit more professional, offering the products, things like that. And also when it comes to pricing, we are able to know, for example, like, oh, if people don't purchase, it's because of my price is too expensive compared to competitor, or because I don't offer enough discounts, things like that. So I think through conversations, we are able to learn as well from our customers on how to improve the business. And then once we are able to improve the business, address the customer concerns, then as an impact, we are able to make more purchase. Okay, let's move on to the next questions. Any interesting conversations that happen between you and your customer? I think you have 1,000 of this, Leslie.
Okay, so I actually have a very nice, sometimes personal conversation with my customers. So whenever we have things like follow-ups or updates, my customer will ask about personal things with me. How do I started my business? It seems that they are also interested to do it, and I actually opened all the available ideas that I have. I share it with them because I also wanted them to experience what I have experienced when I have run this business. And I get so close to them that they're able to share some personal things about themselves. And with that, we have a very good relationship, and I'm treating them like my friends. I'm treating them like my family because they help me build my business.
Wow, that's very important to know. Without our customers, then our business wouldn't be there. And sometimes we
Exactly,
forget that.
Vina.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much for such a great reminder, Leslie. I think we come to our last questions of the night. How do you handle difficult customer? Wow. Okay. I think Leslie, you might wanna address this.
Okay, so we cannot really avoid some customers that became angry, like if they have delays in shipping their orders, especially you are not responsive with their questions and they need some information from you. So these are type of the customers that we almost always encounter, which we cannot avoid sometimes, especially during the pandemic. So I usually speak with them with empathy. So I actually just listen to them carefully. I want to know more on what they want me to do, what they wanted, or what they need, and immediately I respond to them nicely with very positive language because I don't want them to get more angry with me when they are very disappointed with the products or the delays in shipping. So I just tell them that we will try our very best to be able to cope up with the problems or the shipping delays that we have. And that is very important. And right after that, we also do some updates or follow up to our customers. In that way, they feel that they are also important, that they are being taken care of, which is very essential when you are running business, especially involving shipping or involving deliveries.
So this is definitely something that you or any business can avoid, right? Disappointed customers. And empathy, I think, is a really good point, Leslie, because we are also the customer of other people's businesses. And if there is delay in the shipment of the products that we buy, we are also going to do the same thing, right? So I think,
Exactly,
wow,
Vina.
I think, yeah, yes, but definitely, I know it's easier said than done because sometimes we have anger as well, and then sometimes, these inquiries are just too much for you to handle, like all the
And
disappointing customers.
And to add with that, Vina, if you are putting your shoes to your customers, you can always relate to them. Like what they
Mm.
feel when you are having delays, when you are not responsive. So you can also feel it as a customer. And the right thing to do is to be able to resolve it immediately so that there will be no more additional problems along the way.
I see. Okay, that would be our last questions for this Q&A. So we hope everyone had fun and get some good takeaways from this session today. Any last words for the folks listening to Leslie?
Okay, so I would just like to say that being a mompreneur is more than being your own boss. When you launch a business, you'll be able to set your own hours, spend more time with your family and yourself. And of course, you can also teach your children about entrepreneurship. And most important thing is optimism. This is the center of mental toughness. So believe it's all going to work out. Most people eject when it gets hard, so stay in it. Always ask guidance from a most high for wisdom in all decisions you will make. And thank you everyone for spending your time with us. And I would like to take this opportunity to invite our fellow plantitas, plant mom, and aspiring mompreneurs to join me for free webinar series on Introduction to Gardening. In this webinar, you will learn the basics in gardening and some helpful tips to maintain your wonderful garden at home. As a mother, please remember to stay safe and healthy for our family. And I believe we can get through this crisis with everyone's support and cooperation.
Thank you so much, Leslie, for being with us today and for sharing so much. So I really,
My
really hope
pleasure, Vina.
everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really, thank you, Leslie. It's been a great pleasure to have you here and to be able to hear your story and be inspired. And I really hope mompreneurs here can get some good takeaways and also inspired to start reaching their dreams, to start having another goal in life. Because you know Leslie can do it, and so do you. Thank you everyone for joining Night School run by moms. It is always good to connect with other working moms and also mompreneurs to share tips and stories. If you've enjoyed this session, the next Night School is happening in 2 weeks' time. We have yet a fireside chat with a panel of amazing speakers. So you can use the QR code that is displayed right now in the screen, and this QR code will stay for the next 5 minutes. You can go to this QR code, scan it, or go to the URL to mark it in your calendar. And hope to see you all in 2 weeks' time. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.